So y'all, we had to do a part 2 because we ran out of space. But anyway, so this heifer just walk in the door, hello, and walks up the steps like she literally, like she ain't knock no nothing. So she in the kitchen, she messing with stuff, she touching stuff. And I had already asked, you know, my grandmother, do you want me to help you put the food away? But she was waiting for my uncle and his wife to get there before she started putting the food away. So China's like, babe, who is that? I'm like, I don't know who she is. So finally we all get our plates. It's me, her, China, and my grandmother sitting at the table. And like every time my grandma put something down, she like pick it up, and my grandma started giving her the death stare. And every time she looked, me and China would laugh, and then she would be telling my grandma, why are you looking at me like that? So
she was trying to do the most, is what she was trying to do.
So no sooner than she shut the door when she left out first, I said, grandma, who is that? So my grandma proceeds to tell me this is some chick, because my grandma bowls. 2 people on their bowling team quit from their league, so she ended up on my grandmother's team. She only known my grandmother 3 weeks. Like she was in her, like, y'all, they best friends, right? So the next day she gets there, and my uncle and aunt are there. Now my aunt is originally from Germany. She's only been in the States maybe 5 years, so she's still not accustomed to, I don't know how to describe it. Her
American way?
Yeah, her mannerisms are still very abrasive if you don't know her. So this lady's there, my uncle and my aunt come out in the morning, and they're talking, and my aunt's like, well, I know everybody else, but who are you? So this lady starts to proceed to tell her where I bowl with, that she bowls with my grandmother, that she's one of them all. Said, okay, and I still don't know your name. And then she proceeds to keep telling her, oh, well, we bowl together, XYZ. She said, okay, that's all fine and good, but I still don't know your name. Like, okay, ho, like, I don't care how you met her. What I'm saying is, who the hell are you? So it was just crazy because nobody, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, nobody, like, was getting a good vibe from her. So, what you get ready, Summer?
I forgot.
Oh. So, you know, we did the wake and everything. So, of course, today's funeral day. We get dressed.
Today in real time.
Today in real time, so Monday. Oh, well, so we went to church. Yeah, we told you about that. So, Monday, we all getting dressed for the funeral. She didn't come to the house, did she?
No.
Yeah, she didn't come to the house, so we all getting together. We all drive down to the church. We get to the church, and the first issue is we're all standing in line, and it's my grandmother and her brother and my grandfather's children from his previous marriage, and then my dad and my uncle, and then it's me and Nicole. So this, my bad, go ahead, I'll cut it out. So it's me.
How you gonna cut it out?
I'll cut it out on iMovie. Me and China.
You have iMovie on your phone?
Yes, I do. You can download it.
Oh, so now you live.
I don't know. I mean, it's in my iCloud. So we get there, and it's my grandmother, her brother, of course, my grandfather's children, my aunts and my uncle, and my cousins from, you know, his first marriage. Then my uncle, his wife, my dad, his wife. Then it's me and China.
It was family.
It was family. So it's me and China. We standing there, and my great aunt and uncle are behind us. And this dude comes and steps in front of me like I'm getting behind a family. And today wasn't about me, even though my papa was my best friend, and there is no shade, no tea. No tea, no shade. When I say I am the favorite grandchild, baby, am I lying? Like, no. You go in my grandmother's house, it looks like a shrine to tea. Like, there's pictures of me everywhere. So he steps in front of me, and I'm trying not to be rude, but I was going to say, who the hell are you? So I say to China, babe, I want to sit next to my dad. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. She was like, you want me to tell him to move? I said, it's not about me today, but I want to sit next to my dad. So she goes and tells my stepmom, Toya wants to sit next to her daddy. So my stepmom handled it, and babe handled it. And he turned around and said, my daughter wants to stand in front. Oh, no, before this, what really set me off was him standing in front of me. I'm like, okay, I knew he had to be family of some sort because his son was in, like, boo-hoo tears. The day before, like boo-hoo baby tears. So next thing I know, we're talking, and this other lady and like 3 kids, oh, excuse me, let me slide in here. So that's why I was like, I want to sit next to my dad. So we go in, we get into the church, we sit down. Great funeral. I have only a few minor adjustments. So first we're standing out there, and my uncle, my grandmother's brother, flew in this morning, got dropped off at the church, and he's playing like he'd been rehearsing all weekend. So we get in there, we sit down. My grandfather was like, Babe will tell you, everybody who had anything to say about my grandfather mentioned two things: his singing and his cooking. So the choir he sang, well, what they say, since the 70s, was there, and then the mass choir for his church was there. So they're going through and doing everything, and you know, everybody's okay. But they go to do this selection from the choir, and everybody was joking yesterday and said, I don't know how this choir is going to sound or what they're going to do, because they no longer got him. He was the lead singer. So they start singing some song, and this old guy, gotta be like 80 years old, got this slick back spray hair thing going on. He starts singing, and he's off tune. Then he has the nerve to come out the choir stand, grab the mic, and he starts singing, talking about, and my grandfather used to do this like shuffle walk when he's saying, the dude's trying to do it, but he turned the shuffle walk, talking about, I see Brother Wayne, I'm gonna take a walk, and he starts walking up and down the church. And we're dying laughing. So he gets back, and my grandmother's sitting in the pew in front of us, and she looks my direction, and I purposely will not lock eyes with her because I know she's about to have something slick come out her mouth. So of course she can't catch my eyes. So she looks at Babe, and her and Babe lock eyes, and she gives Babe this look like, I know these niggas just didn't sit up here and sing this Wacktastic song.
Not Wacktastic.
Wacktastic. Because you know grandma don't curse.
Wacktastic.
Wacktastic song. So they get back to do it, and they sing another song. These motherfuckers break out in I Believe I Can Fly.
Y'all, this old people. Y'all. The second selection was I Believe I Can Fly, right? So the lead singer, ooh, he couldn't hold a note in a bucket if somebody gave it to him, you know what I mean? Then at the end, so they get through the song, and we all looking at each other like, this is not it. Then at the end of the song, the same man who was doing the shuffle walk down the aisle of the church, was him or somebody else?
It was somebody else.
Oh, it was somebody else. He grabs the mic. Y'all know at the end of the R. Kelly song, when whoever be like, man, y'all, this dude grabbed this mic. He was like, all in the mic.
Oh, wait, we gotta go back.
All off
key. So we gotta go back a little bit in the song. You know, when they be like, I Can't Fly, like, my uncle, who wasn't playing for them.
Oh, he was yelling at the choir.
He was yelling at the choir because he came in on the song, because the lady who was playing, like, she was falling asleep. So, cause she was a little behind. So he coming in to get them back on together, and they missing the I Can Fly. So he starts saying, like, you know, when you direct and you give them the next, you know, line. By the time he got done, he is screaming, I can fly. They ain't catching
They
it.
like, I can fly.
Like, it just was horrible.
Oh yeah, I can fly. Oh.
So then they get the So we are now, my family, we were all, you know, in tears kind of, but everybody is looking because my father's side of the family is very musically inclined. Everybody plays or sings or
including
something.
T.
Including me. But everybody, like, when I say my uncle played at church yesterday in Georgia, got on a plane this morning, my other uncle picked him up, and he was at the
he was at the church.
He was at the church already with put his thing down on the organ that wasn't his, and with a choir that ain't his. So we're like, okay. So one of the guys who had been singing with my grandfather, he gets on the mic, and his speech was very, very nice. You know, he was like, you know, Brother Ray and I have been singing together for years. He said, you know, I'm gonna miss him because every song I do is a duet with him, and we were working on a new song. He was like, I'm gonna have to practice because when I get to heaven, I'm gonna have to sing it with him, but I need to be together. So we get to the funeral. I'm holding it together, y'all. I had a little bit of tears shed, but my grandma, she was holding it together all week, and like at the wake, she was consoling other people.
Y'all, let me tell y'all how strong her grandmother is. Like, all jokes aside, there was a lady, and the day before,
Miss Ellery, so it was.
Oh, well, Miss Ellery, she came up to the casket at the wake and at the viewing. And she came up to the casket. When she got to the casket, she immediately busted out crying. Her grandmother was consoling her, rubbing her back, telling her it was going to be okay, while standing at the casket, staring down at her husband. Like, how strong are you to console someone else while your husband is laying in a casket like that.
50 years.
That was very, very like admirable to me. Sorry, I just had to interject.
So we
10 minutes.
No, we're almost done. So after the
y'all know T can talk.
Hold on, I'm trying to get where I was. So after that,
Starbucks open 24 hours.
So the last part I'm gonna tell you about the funeral, we had all held it together because everybody was like, "Grandma ain't cried yet." Hold on.
What's wrong? Oh, sorry. Hold on, guys. The police. I think. Nope. Just a random person with a charger. Unless they undercover.
Okay. So. Oh, I hit the wrong light, baby. I hit the light on your car. Sorry, technical difficulties in her car. So. We good. I had a little bit of tear shed, you know, when they closed the casket. My grandfather was known for singing this song, what's it called?
Center of My
Joy. So, they had a spot that said solo. Nobody told nobody what the solo was going to be. So, all of a sudden, the reference says, well, Betty's brother has a selection he's going to sing. As soon as he hit the first couple of notes, I needed some tissue. Then
she needed a box of tissue.
Then I broke down crying, and so my dad turns next to me and puts his arm around me, and he's crying. So we're crying together, like everybody broke at that point. Grandma started crying, Babe started crying, my stepmom started crying, the cousins started crying because everybody started crying. So it was a good funeral. But then,
oh my God!
Oh no, we have to talk about Tina's text. We have to talk about that. We are on the way to bury him, to put him in the ground. Our phones go off. Babe picks hers up, and it's my stepmom, and the text says she is in the fucking limo.
The same chick that was in the damn kitchen was in the limo.
Now, granted, all of the kids weren't even in the limo. Some of my aunts and uncles were riding in my uncle's van behind the limo. How you get in the limo? Then we get to the...
She's crazy, y'all.
Then we get to the burial site, and I got an aunt who... I don't know how to describe it politically correctly, baby.
She has a chemical imbalance.
Chemical imbalance?
Yes. That's what. That's why you are not as up to date. She has a learning disability, but she's, you know, low functioning learning disability. Let's say that.
Yeah. So we all get up there. She's walking up with us. This hoe has the nerve to be standing next to my grandma to the point we can't get up to where the casket is. And my aunt's she doesn't talk very much, so she's just standing there. And I said, "You want to go stand next to grandma?" She shakes her head. Yes. I told her, "Excuse me," so she can stand next to grandma. Like,
and then she tried to shoot a look at T, like, "What you want me to do? I'm gonna need you to move." And
so I'll just stand behind y'all.
You sure will.
But other than that, it was good, y'all. Babe got.
Then we got to the repast, and this BI gets this. I'm talking about the bottle of pills was like, take a regular bottle of pills and stack 3 of them on top. That's how big it was. That lady got something, I'm telling you. Not I don't know if it's, you know, I don't think it's an STD. I think she like a little
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, she probably get a check.
It's so bad. My mom want to tell us, your dad was pissed and your dad is gonna have a talk with your grandma.
Call her mama in the limo. Lady, you are on a 90-day probationary period like a job. You cannot meet grandma and 3 weeks later think you gonna take over. Anyways, we out. This thing is 14 minutes and we ain't been doing nothing but talking. See y'all later.
We out. That's gonna be an interesting one, though, babe.